What is up, everybody? It's Superverse here today, and we have to talk about the Activision Blizzard acquisition once again from Microsoft, and how apparently PlayStation President Jim Ryan is reportedly still trying to block this deal. Like, why? Why is he still trying to block this deal? It's like, this is getting pathetic and just sad at this point. Like, apparently, he met with a EU antitrust boss, Marguerite Vestager, this week to discuss Microsoft's proposed acquisition of Call of Duty maker Activision Blizzard. They are so butthurt over this one game series. Like, it literally just comes down to that one game series they're just butthurt over. It's just like, why is this guy so whiny and just like so like it's just getting sad at this point. Like, because we hear from Sony fanboys all the time that PlayStation is the best console, it sells the most, and all the best exclusives, all this nonsense. But the head of PlayStation right now is just seeming so whiny right now. Still trying to block this deal. And it's like, they've been offered several deals. Because somebody, let me see, this one guy. The head of Microsoft's communications, I believe this is what this guy's position is. He's speaking on this. He's speaking about this on Twitter as well, Sam. Sony is briefing people in Brussels, claiming Microsoft was unwilling to offer them parity for Call of Duty if we were to acquire Activision. And we know the people he is talking about. He's talking about Jim Ryan. He's referring to Jim Ryan without saying his name. And it's just getting like, wow. Saying like, it was like he offered them a deal, they didn't take it, but you know, it's just like, wow. It even gives more detail, like, a 2-year deal to give them parity on timing, content, features, quality, playability, and any other aspect of the game. Yes, he's doing all this, and Jim Ryan is still whining. It's just like, why? Then he says, Sony pays developers to gimp the Xbox version of games, pays developers to not put the games on Game Pass, pays developers for 2-year time exclusives, which is Forspoken, for example, which that's not turning out too well. Sony should not be in a position to ask for parity. Yeah. And it's like, it's just the weird timing. Like, should they be trying to focus on like boosting Forspoken, the newest game that just released on their platform? I guess they just said the hell with that game. We're just gonna try to stop this deal. Like, you would think they were more focused on boosting their exclusive titles they paid for a 2-year exclusivity for, but nope. Let's just focus on blocking and trying to block this deal from going through. Like flying out and having meetings and stuff like that. Like, it's just like, wow. I don't even know why he's there, but okay. Why is he there? Yes, why does he just focus on his exclusive titles and just move on? Why are they still trying to stop this Call of Duty thing from happening? It's like, it's just getting pathetic at this point. The guys who's supposedly been drawing up Xbox exclusion contracts and other anti-consumer moves on behalf of Sony wants to falsely accuse Microsoft of doing unfounded things that Sony already does themselves. I really hope these regulators see through Sony's hypocrisy. And then one side note too is that why is the EU so focused on two American companies, which is Microsoft and Activision Blizzard? That's another bizarre thing to me too. I guess it affects the European gamers too, but it's kind of weird. Just two American companies have to go through the EU just for approval. Okay. And they don't see the conflict of interest here. Dude, you got a pretty accurate description of Jim Ryan just crying consistently about this deal going through. Weird how these regulators would gladly listen to these market leaders, but won't even sit down with Microsoft themselves. Give the acquisition of Microsoft already and let's move on. It just needs to happen already. Like, this is, I think everybody's tired of hearing about this, but it gets even more sadder when you see the heads of PlayStation literally crying and whining about this deal going through, and they do several shady anti-consumer things themselves. So Jim Ryan is such an embarrassment, as you see like a baby just crying. Well done, Jimmy. Oh boy, well done. The last time he spoke to regulatory CMA, it was so impactful and convincing that they incorporated Sony's argument into their own. This guy absolutely needs tissues. Like, nobody just takes Jim Ryan seriously at this point. Just in the comment section, nobody's taking this guy seriously. Like, isn't it like a conflict of interest or something to be having a friendly dinner with officials while there's an active court case going on? Definitely sounds like it. My man is incredibly scared just knowing that Xbox can grow a little in the market. Yeah, they keep like to say that Xbox is in third place, but they seem pretty terrified of this deal going through. They says bribing is not an option, Jimmy. This should be looked at as trying to influence regulators. All communication should be through court officials. Isn't that tampering and conflict of interest? Hand him the keys to the ambulance already. Generally, I don't see any leader getting us roasted as much as Jim Ryan has before in the past. Any video game related, like CEO or president or whatever. So I don't think any in the history of any of these companies I've been following, I don't think any of them has been roasted as much as Jim Ryan has. They talk to PlayStation but not to Xbox. Do they know that Xbox is the buyer? Definitely seem pretty shady right there. Good, which this deal doesn't go through. Starting to look like a monopoly moves from Microsoft. Only the blind ones can see it. They have tons of studios and still want to buy one of the major publishers. Nothing but IP acquisitions. Like Sony doesn't acquire IPs, okay? But then again, it is coming from somebody with a Kratos avatar, so of course his opinion is going to be super biased. Jimbo crying, where is the PlayStation Showcase? Yes, where is their PlayStation Showcase? Because other than VR2, what games are they got coming out besides Spider-Man? Like, what else is coming out this year for PlayStation? It's looking pretty dry for first-party content. Should HB focus more on that? What is coming out for PlayStation this year besides the VR, the niche VR genre or whatever? What else is coming out? One of the worst things that happens to PlayStation. Crazy how worried Sony is. They know damn well a Square Enix acquisition won't really mean much, especially after losing its Western Studios IPs to Embracer. He gave them a fat check. So people are saying some shady stuff is going on. Right? That's why he keeps meeting with these different regulators. Shouldn't these guys be deciding by themselves and not having someone from Sony whispering in their ears about fairness or unfairness? Seems wrong just taking Sony's thoughts on the acquisition. Yeah. Keep crying. Pretty accurate. More Talon. This guy is just a hypocrite. Sony have been using exclusivity agreements and locking out others for years. Case in point, Forspoken, locked out for 2 years for being on Xbox. You got the Harry Potter game, which is coming to all platforms, but they have exclusive content for PlayStation, which I find kind of odd because, like I said before, Sony fanboys in general brag about how games sell mostly on PlayStation platforms anyway, but why does Sony need to do the extra step and make exclusive content for PlayStation? It's like, it doesn't make any sense to me. If they are the market leader and they're not worried about Microsoft, why even make the exclusive deals to begin with? Dude is doing everything but getting PlayStation new games. Kinda true. Sorry, PlayStation fans. Once again, this is proof that your games really stink if your boss has no faith in them, and he's also a liar. On the flip side, you can kiss your marketing deals with Activision goodbye, which is great news for gamers. Jim Ryan is playing chess, not checkers. That's an interesting way of describing chess, or just some old man whining about how Microsoft was being unfair. Like, that's an interesting way of playing chess right there. Jim is doing what's right for gamers all over the world. What is this guy talking about? I'm just curious what the reply to this comment was. Glad to see you're getting roasted again. You mean doing what's right for the Sony boys, okay? I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Shut the F up. Yeah, it'd be funny when people just get roasted. Like, they pick a comment, they just get roasted in the comment section. That's just hilarious. How many guys does he have to blow to get the deal canceled? Apparently money is exchanging hands right there. That is a disturbing image, by the way, that I just saw. Golden lies. Nobody takes Jim Ryan seriously at this point. And it's just sad that even the diehard Sony fanboys don't see this. Like, yeah, I don't think this looks weak as this guy keeps trying to stop this deal. Like, I don't know how. Like, what's their spinning point for this? To say, hey, this guy say to hell with our major first party exclusives. Let's just focus and cry all day about Microsoft possibly getting Activision Blizzard. Like, that just looks so weak on this guy's behalf. Like, I don't even see how the diehard Sony fans don't say anything. Like, they aren't upset about this. This man has ruined PlayStation for me. This guy facepalm. uh, Crying again. Damn, he is still at it. Yes, he is still at it. Like, jeez. It just seems pathetic to me, but I'm going to conclude it right here. I think Jim Ryan just needs to get over it. It's like you got all these exclusives. You brag about these console sales you're doing and active users. It's like, just make something that can compete against Call of Duty and move on. It's like, it's just getting pathetic. Like, the deal just needs to go through. Pretty much, Phil Spencer said he probably thinks the deal is most likely going to go through from the time period they're in right now. So it was supposed to be like 18 months when he first started this. Now it's like 12 months in or something like that. And it's 12 months into what they already do. So 6 months left. It should be through already pretty much within like 6 months. This deal should be through by then. But yeah, definitely getting pathetic. This guy is meeting with antitrust boss. Like, I don't know how this is even legal. It's like it's in a court proceeding. I don't know how this is even legal, by the way. But that's what Jim Ryan is doing in his spare time, meeting with antitrust bosses. Okay. I'm going to conclude it right here. Definitely want to see their thoughts down below about this. Leave a like this video. Always thanks for watching, and peace.